Our friends at YMENS funded the mapping of the world of digital equity programs in the YMCA, which are already underway in 40 countries. The report is on its way. But let's briefly hear from the author, Carolina, and its chief researcher, Darren.
It is of imperative importance that we also make sure that equity and inclusion is at the forefront of our minds when we think about our interactions and designing the digital world. That everyone should have access to the internet, but that internet and that digital world should be safe for all, that it should be at the service of all, and that it should not be one that is built for profit of a few. If the internet is only at the service of a few, designed by a few, and not designed in a way which is truly diverse, equitable, and inclusive, it means that it will only serve a few, and that is not the world we wish to see.
World YMCA now feel it is time to seek out a position on where it stands on these issues and how it impacts young people globally, but from a digital, equitable and inclusive standpoint.
We have also been working with Accenture and an advisory group of partners and YMCA people who have plotted at the end-to-end path of what every person needs from the YMCA in the world of work in a crucial new report. From finding their life project, for example, what they like to do and what they are good at, to finding their next job, to growing their enterprise on following skills pathways, to finding the right people to journey with them. Let's hear from two people who worked on the report and two YMCA people who want to see it used widely across the movement.
Our offering really centered around taking a holistic approach to the problem and the individual. And I think that's really closely aligned to the secret sauce of YMCA, which is your obsession with human centricity.
It is great to see that YMCA invests in empowering young people by taking into account their unique characteristics and aspirations.
The platform captures a very well future of the present of the future of the work and places young people in the heart of it. I call all the leaders and the YMCAs to read the documents.
It's a pathway for young people to genuinely engage with the YMCA, for the YMCA to provide them with opportunity to find their way to decent jobs and mental health. Read it, use it, and share it. One YMCA, one movement, one vision.
Now, on top of this, some very exciting news happening more locally in my backyard with Deloitte Australia, which is mapping the first ever fast-changing employment and entrepreneurship landscape for young people and identifying how, where, and when the YMCA can make the most impact. We warmly thank the YMCA Australia who has stepped up to champion and lead this work. Let's hear from some more from Y Australia, especially about a really important global survey they're launching next month. We all need to take part in when it arrives.
To turn these beautiful glossy documents into actionable reality. And to do that, we've done something pretty bold and something pretty different, and that is we've reached out to global partners Deloitte, because if we are going to unlock the power of our global movement when it comes to meaningful work, and we are one of the biggest employers of young people across the globe, and we run programs and services for young people from the earliest of ages all the way through their lives, well, surely there's something exceptional that we can do at the Y to shift what is a pretty stark reality when it comes to young people around the globe facing into the future of work. So working with Deloitte, we've got a pretty bold set of things to deliver on over the next 12 months. One of those is really bringing together the evidence that already exists. It's about figuring out what we already do really well at the Y and coming up with a mental model that allows us all to talk about meaningful work in the same way. It's about hearing the voices of young people, and we're doing that through a really bold global meaningful work survey. Picture this, 50,000 young people from around the world telling us what they need, telling us the stuff that adds to the evidence base that we already know, that will draw the attention of the ILO, the UN, of governments that we want to fund us. We actually need to hear what young people think. And then we need to work with our young people to draw together some actionable, tangible, you said it before, practical recommendations that uses our exceptional profile to then drive things forward when it comes to making sure young people have the skills, the capabilities, the opportunities they need to emerge into this very new future of work. And it needs to translate across countries, across divides, across all sorts of different employment landscapes. So it's a bold initiative, but it's definitely worthwhile. The question is, how are we all going to get behind this? Because there's no way that we're going to unlock the power of young people's voices through this global meaningful work survey unless everyone buys into it.